throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Bills going up against the Ravens. With that, time to get up to Baltimore, Maryland, as I'm pleased to introduce our new broadcast team for 2016. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, for Madden, it's a new broadcast team. For the Ravens, it's natural grass on the field. That's what's different here as we welcome you inside M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. And partner, the Bills coming off a 500 season at 8-8. The Ravens, a season they'd like to forget, 5-11 last year.
That's not Ravens football, and they want to get back to playing at the level that they're used to, which is playoff caliber. What their head coach John Harbaugh said last year was like a cannonball to the gut. Then you flip it over to Buffalo. They haven't been to the playoffs since 1999. 8-8 last year. They're ready to push for a playoff berth.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They're led out by their 6-year quarterback out of Virginia Tech. It's Tyrod Taylor.
7-6 is a first-time starter in 2015. He did a really nice job taking care of the football. 20 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now it's Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Taylor with a give to McCoy. And there's a flag on the play. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense. Still first down.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here we go! 1, 9.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Buffalo first down.
I'm often struck when I watch LaShawn McCoy play, how often you just watch him, and you can almost get mesmerized by his style, and then boom, there's another 20-rush yard run. It's amazing how he pulls it off.
Yeah, his former second-round pick out of Pittsburgh, still doing it in the league at a very, very high level. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And on the ground they go with a running back. Penalty marker is down here. Cut back, left, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives. And I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. 36 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They're led by their veteran quarterback in his 9th year now out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Started the first game of his rookie year and then didn't leave the lineup for a long time before suffering a knee injury, and has rehabbed and made his way back. If you want a guy who can throw the long ball, you want Joe Flacco in your lineup.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Under.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco, and hauled in by Pitta. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it, because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On first down, Flacco dumps it off to Forsett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now a run with Forsett. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff, running right for Seth. And he's brought down. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. Second down, Flacco now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Back to the ground attack now. This is for Seth. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Did your high school have that saying, push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. When they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. The play clock's running down. Now receiver in motion left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Their big tight end from 3 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that was touchdown pass number 1 of the season for Joe Flacco, back out there looking good.
And I think that people may look at him in a different light now because Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl ring. People always wonder, is he an elite quarterback? How about the return from the ACL injury last year to be ready to go? Opening week, phenomenal rehab job by him and the training staff.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills getting set to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Taylor finding time. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Hester. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens will take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the big tight end shifting around. Forsett So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Shaq Lawson, the rookie, with a tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. Flacco here on second down, letting one go deep for the end zone. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and it'll be third down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Shift together here from the D-line. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. After the interception, here's Taylor. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And a nice spin into some open field. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won in a big way.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. McCoy. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. 3rd down and 5.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave us a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Now Hester will get a shot. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Hey! Blue 45! Over!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And hauled in by Pitta. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Force! Over! Set! Ready!
Play fake to Forsett. Now Flacco. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Out comes the Ravens defense now as they get ready for the next possession. And a field goal surrendered the last time out. Just by and large, are field goals wins for the defensive side?
They certainly are in today's football because offenses are so tuned up and usually have the ability to strike almost at will that when you're only giving up 3, you feel like it's almost like basketball. You're trading, right? I give up 3 on my end. I'm counting my offense to get 6 on the other, and that is a win.
Yeah, it's a win for the kicker, too, I guess, if he makes the field goal, right?
No doubt about it. He feels good about things, but his team feels like they settled.
Now Taylor. They find some open field here. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it's first down, Buffalo. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Taylor over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Taylor to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And they're going to face a third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. From the gun, it's Taylor. And got a man. It's Woods. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Throwing again, it's Taylor. He's got time. Look at the time. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills will extend their lead. Now that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. Returnable here for Hester. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Ten yards still left on second down.
Under. Set, move for it. 3.
Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. He's going to try and go deep again. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Under.
Fake to Allen. Here's Flacco. He's going to go up top again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Ravens trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Bills deserve to be ahead, but will need to put together another strong half. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Now to the middle of the first. Middle of the field, the pass will be caught. And this goes 36 yards for the score. Bills is up now by 7. Now early in the second, the pass will be completed into coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a TD. We're tied back up at 7. Now 1st and 10. Quick pass and completion is made here, and he ends up at the 29-yard line before he stopped on the play. The drive would wrap up with a pick by the defense. Ravens take over late in the second. Flacco's under pressure and throws the pick. Williams is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. After the INT, offense comes out now. Taylor is going to look for a gap, and he'll take this 4 yards for the score, pushing the lead to 10.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Joe Flacco here. We get a peek at what he's done so far in this game. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Well, they disrupted already for 3 INTs. They start the second half with a run by Forsett. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Second down, Flacco now. And hauled in by Pitta. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This is Forsett. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On second down, Flacco to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Fresh set of downs here. Left, it's Forsett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Here's Flacco. And that'll be incomplete. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Play clock winding down. Flacco here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Third and goal, Flacco. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Right side complete. That's Woods. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Four yards remaining now on second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's McCoy. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Whoosh.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Another pistol look here.
Come on, let's go!
A give to McCoy. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage. which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
There we go with 2nd and 7. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. 1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He's going to get the football. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Bush taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out and made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And now out come the Bills. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now Taylor, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 3rd down, Taylor. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, it looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Carpenter now, after the made field goal, will kick this one away. Now Hester will get a shot. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, 1 play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Wallace, 81 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way. It takes it for a touchdown.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Let's go!
Now Taylor to throw on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return, Hester. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Smith, the man in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Corey Graham. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon, and he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll go again to McCoy. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
3rd down, still 14 yards left. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he'll take this up over the... And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Taking it about the 16. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Bills defense now as they head out to defend here. They're just looking for one final stop here, put a capper on this affair.
Get this game over with. That's all they're talking about. It's that simple. Finish this thing off, and let's get to the locker room and celebrate.
Celebration, that's what they're hoping to do soon, but still a little work to do. Flacco. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Setting to throw, Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.